my next level lesson would be a next level tactic. Write down 10, 15, 20 goals under the goal for whatever your main focus is right now. If you're trying to get in better shape, awesome. Why? If you're trying to save money right now, awesome. Why? If you are trying to find a partner, sit with that. Go, give me 10, 15 under that. There's going to be some deep stuff that comes up.
And then when you get older and older and older and older, and you mature through this journey, then you realize, okay, I'm not insecure about that anymore. Now I have the self-worth and the self-belief within myself. What else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do? And then you realize that, okay, I'm grateful that I was insecure, and I'm grateful for the response I had to that insecurity only because I'm grateful for where I ended up.
Next Level Nation, welcome back to another episode of Next Level University, where we help you level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. Today, for episode number 2002, I almost forgot to record the video. So we celebrated 2000, and I just did a celebration post. Thank you to those of you who have already liked and commented and done that. And I'm flying high in the glory of, oh my goodness, we did this. And then I almost proceeded to mess up this episode. So that is...
And the lesson in that is you can never rest on success.
Yes. Stay humble or die.
Stay humble or lose everything you've earned.
Or lose everything you've earned. So today we're talking about the goal underneath the goal. I am curious to your take on this. I think I already know the answer. I do believe that one of the reasons I want to get into better shape is because I like the certainty that comes with it. One, I do like the significance that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
So what if we say, you know what, I'd really like to lose 15 pounds. Okay, cool. Why? Well, you know, I know I'd be healthier. Yeah, no, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Between you and me, though, nobody else is going to hear this. Like, between you and me, why do you really want to lose it?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I feel like I could move better. No, I got you. Let's be real, though. Is there something, like, what's the goal under the goal? Well, you know, I'm newly single and, okay, say less. Gotcha. Makes total sense. One, I feel better about myself. So the goal under the goal for me to get down to, I want to get down to 165 pounds. That's 15 pounds from where I am right now. That is a commitment. I want to get back to where I was. I want to be able to take a picture whenever I want and just look good.
Yeah.
There's significance there for sure. There's pride there for sure. There's the new identity of I'm a bodybuilder and I'm having bodybuilding conversations again and I'm like posing in the gym. That's something I haven't done. So there's so many goals under the goal. And I think while they can be scary, one of the things that I was so afraid to start talking about is how much I value nice things like cars. Because I was so afraid somebody would think, wait, oh, so you didn't really start a self-improvement company to help people. You started it to make money. It's like, no, trust me, if I wanted to make money, I would have started a liquor company. That's like the way to, I would have done that. I wouldn't have started a self-improvement company. But one of the reasons I work so hard is because I want to take care of my family. And the way to take care of my family is to make money. And that is one of the goals under the goals. So if you have any shame around it, if you have any embarrassment around it, I think it's worth looking into, because what if that could actually help you? What if that could increase the likelihood of you getting the goal? That's my early thesis in this episode.
Well, I think this comes down to the way human beings are motivated in general, right? We're all Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We all have these different needs. And then there's the ones that we've learned from Tony Robbins, the certainty, variety, significance, love, growth, and contribution. We all have all six. It's like a 6-cylinder car. Imagine a couple of the cylinders are broken. It's not going to be as powerful.
It's putting along.
Yeah. So yeah, growth and contribution are really important, and might be the main goal. But the goal underneath the goal is to also gain significance or whatever it is. And I think we're all wired differently. I mean, sometimes I wonder if me not caring about nice things is a detriment. I know that it is. I'm certain of it. 100%. Because a lot of people value nice things. And a lot of people see people who have nice things as more credible. Yeah, people who have nice things are more credible, I guess, by most people's standards, right? And so all of this comes down to knowing yourself, knowing what motivates you. And one thing that I'm certain of, as long as you don't take it too far, because there are some people that their intentions aren't pure. And I think that is not good for the world.
What's your goal under the goal for fitness?
One thing that I think is really weird about me that I've come to learn is that I actually think that I do have the weird goal. Like longevity is number one for sure. But I don't need to be super jacked to work on longevity. So let me unpack all of the whys, the reasons underneath fitness, the goal underneath the goal. I was tall and lanky and insignificant and overlooked by every girl when I was a freshman in high school. Freshman year of high school was the hardest year of my life. And I've talked about it. Stepdad left, sister moved out, mom got in a fight with my aunt. We got ostracized by that side of the family. All of that, both my stepdad's family and my mom's side, I've only ever seen two people out of both sides of those families since. So it was a lot of abandonment. It was a lot of pain and suffering. And I didn't spend a lot of time with my birth father's side either, because when we were trying to be the Lazaroses, we didn't associate much with the McCorkles. That's a very long story told in a very short amount of time. But that was the worst year of my life. And I remember people saying, like, these are the best years of your life, like high school. And I remember thinking, fuck no. Please no. I really seriously hope not, because if that's the case, then I don't want to do this. And obviously I didn't believe them, luckily, because their life looked terrible. Obviously their life got a lot worse than when they were in high school. And some of them were degenerates, by the way. But anyways, so degenerates love to give advice to low self-worth young men.
For sure. Well, it's, the goal under the goal in that? Significance.
Yeah, significance, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you take a seat? Let me tell you.
While you're slugging a beer from a golf cart.
Let
me tell you a little bit about back in my day. But anyways, so the goal under the goal with fitness for me is I like being larger and stronger. And I remember I got jumped in the Providence Place Mall and I ran away like a coward. And my friend didn't, and he got beaten the shit out of, quite frankly. It was a schizophrenic who didn't take their medication. And I remember after that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get huge. I'm going to get really, really big. And next time I'm going to have the courage and the physicality to fight back. And I just started lifting weights. And I gained 60 pounds in 6 months. Don't do that. That's a lot. Majority of that was fat. But there was a bunch of muscle.
The McDonald's
diet. The McDiet. Yeah. But I went from tall and lanky to really large in a very short amount of time. And then that was depressing too, because people treated me very differently. And it's like, okay, so everyone is treating people differently based on this, that, and the other thing. And this is back when I was in corporate. But the goal under the goal for fitness is be strong, be capable, not overlooked. Because when you're prepubescent and short, I didn't hit my growth spurt until junior year of high school, and you're basically overlooked by every girl. You don't feel like you can get anyone's attention. You feel super insignificant. So I think the first, like the immature answer that still drives me is significance. Being someone of value, being someone who is valued, being someone who can capture a room. When there was a time in my life where I couldn't, no matter what I did. And that's very much not the case anymore, which is good. But the other one is longevity. And I want to be, God, I need to just share who I am. I want to be a freak athlete in my 50s, 60s, and 70s. I'm talking freak athlete. Like, I want to be able to climb mountains. Emilia and I have hiked 7 mountains. I want to be able to do everything. I want to be fully functional. And so I think the significance piece is being in ridiculously good shape. I think the utility in all of that is longevity and being able to be functional, because Emilia and I are going to have children very late. I'm 36, right? I mean, we might not have kids till she's 33, 34, 35, maybe even 36, 37. So she's going to have kids in her mid-30s. I'm going to have kids when I'm older. So when my kids are 20, I'm going to be like in my 60s. So I'm planning on making sure that I'm fully capable. I'm talking freakish capable. And I want to be able to play football with them and all that kind of stuff too. So I think there's a lot of things underneath that. But longevity, ultimately, my goal is 120. I do believe that will be possible in the 21st century. I can't guarantee it. No one can. But I can do everything I can to be as healthy as humanly possible, as functional as humanly possible, as aesthetic as humanly possible. I want to age as well as I humanly can. So the goal within the goal, within the goal, within the goal, within the goal. For me, I stack. I don't just set goals. Kev's like, I set the goal to get the goal. I unpack, I stack every single why I can. So if I set a goal for anything, I need to have 20 whys underneath it. And I used to do this in fitness coaching last piece. So I'll shift it over to Kev. I used to do fitness coaching for a couple of years. And people would always say, well, I want to get in better shape. And I'd say, okay, whoop-de-fucking-do. Everyone wants to be in better shape. Everyone. There's no one, including us, who doesn't want to be in better shape. I have a client who's in unbelievable shape, and her family is like, oh, just go, I want a butt like yours. And they're like, oh, I'm going to get a BBL. You know what a BBL is? I didn't even know. That's what everyone says. When I say BBL, I said the same thing. It's like, everyone knows what a fucking BBL is.
You head on down to Brazil, get yourself a little butt lift, which is extremely unhealthy and a good way to die.
Oh, terrible. But
the whole thing.
This client of mine is like, well, why don't you just exercise? And they're like, we don't want to. It's like, what? I can't even fathom that. Like, here's the thing. The goal of the goal. That's the point of this episode. If the goal is significance, why wouldn't you just go get a BBL or whatever that is? If the goal is to actually have utility and be able to function well and feel good, I know it sounds nuts, but when I wake up in the morning, I feel like a fucking superhero. I know what it was like when I was drinking and not sleeping well and I was unathletic and I wasn't weight training and all this. Like, I woke up feeling like shit. And Health, Wealth, and Love, Next Level University, imagine waking up every morning feeling like $1 million. Now, it's not every morning. Sometimes I do feel like I get hit by a truck.
I must have missed the boat on this one.
But I do feel amazing right now. Like, really, really, really good. And by 7 o'clock, I'll be struggle bus because it's a long-ass day. But I think that, to me, last piece, because I did this in fitness coaching, I used to I used to ask my clients for homework. Oh, I want to lose 15 pounds. Why? Give me 25 reasons why. And they would write them out and send them to me. They were awesome. I want to be around for my grandkids. I want to be healthier in my 40s and 50s. I want to be able to play football with my grandkids. You stack them. I want to be more attractive to the opposite sex. Who the fuck doesn't want to be more attractive to the opposite sex, right?
And or same sex.
And or same sex.
And or
Good,
same sex.
Thank you for that. I
You're
appreciate
very
it.
welcome.
Good call. But who doesn't want to be more happy, healthy, productive, and attractive? I mean, that's the best. That's what life is. I think it's the best. I remember being unhealthy as hell and I hated it. And so yeah, I have a lot of reasons.
I think I woke up, the first thing I said this morning was, oh, shit. I'm pretty sure that was the first thing I said this morning when I woke up. And I got like an 89 sleep score.
Nice.
But I've been redlining it a little bit. Lifting heavy every day.
Yeah.
This dieting kind of sucks. I remember, this will tell you a lot about me. I was, back in the day when I was driving a truck, operating a forklift, certified forklift operator right here in the flesh. My buddies were like, hey, we're going to go to a country concert. And I was like, love that. Summer, we're going to be partying. I got to start dieting, obviously. I'm not going to show up there not jacked.
I remember the pictures from this concert.
Jacked.
You were jacked.
I was in such good shape.
Yeah, you were.
All of that was insecurity.
Yeah.
That's the truth. That's the goal. I think that's the truth under the goal, under the goal, under the goal, under the goal. The thing that maybe you would never expect. I'm not ever going to get any taller, but I can try to be in better shape than most of the people around me. There's something.
So you didn't feel good about yourself, and in order to compensate for that, you got in really
I
good shape.
know I'll never capture a room in the way that you can, but what if I can capture a room in a different way?
Yeah.
And
I remember being short. It's harder to capture a room. I
it's
remember that.
damn near impossible.
It's way harder, yeah.
If it's me, if I'm with you, I mean, and again, this is gonna sound like a joke. I don't mean it this way. Some people won't even see me. If there's like an audience, your head is gonna stick above the audience where mine isn't.
Yeah.
It's like I'm crawling through the trees here. You're at the treetop. So, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's bad to. Jeez, I think as long as you're in control. Okay. It can't just be about significance, because if it's just about significance, you're going to go home that night and you're going to say, all right, well, now all the attention's gone. I'm back to baseline of not feeling good
And you
about
might
me.
get a BBL instead of actually be healthier, right?
Well,
that when it's only about significance, that's
yes.
when you start doing things
Yes,
that are
yes,
short-term
yes,
wins
yes.
for long-term losses.
I also get significance from being strong, which means I have to go to the gym and lift weights, so it's nice. It forces me to make sure I'm actually putting in the effort. But I will be very honest. The reason I got really good fitness results was based on insecurity, probably more than anything else. And my friends were into fitness, so that helped. But I mean, dude, I know I was dating one of the quote unquote one of the more popular girls in the school and all that in high school, but I felt super insignificant.
I was looking back at a photo. I was with one of my clients and we were reminiscing. And there's a photo of me, you, and Matt at his girlfriend's place at prom that I have.
Yes.
And it's me and my girlfriend at the time, Alyssa, you and your girlfriend at the time, Liz, and then Matt.
Her name was fucking Lindsay.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Hey.
I appreciate the certainty with which you just threw out Liz.
I don't know why I think it's Liz. At least it's the same. At least it's an L.
It's an L. I believe one of my buddies was there, and he was dating somebody named Liz. So there was potentially somebody there named Liz.
Damn. It was at least
You were there. You were there with your girlfriend at the time, Dave. I think it was. Like, nope. That wasn't her name. Nope.
Bobby. Yeah. Oh man. John Doe was who. Jane Doe is who Kevin was dating.
Jane Doe.
No, but it's fascinating because I'm just thinking back to those days when we're young men, and now me, Matt, and Kev know each other. I ran into Matt at the gym not 2 weeks ago. It's probably 2 months ago now, actually. It was a while ago, right? A month and a half, something like that. It feels like 2 weeks ago. But anyways, he's a grown-ass man and very large in the best way, jacked. Hello, NLU listener. Thank you, as always, for listening to Next Level University. Real quick, I just want to jump in and let you know about the Next Level Dreamliner. This is a journal that I use every single day. Achieve your dreams 90 days at a time. It breaks down your dreams into goals, milestones, and daily habits. We hope you enjoy it. The link will be in the show notes. I just had that moment of looking at us at prom and just thinking, yeah, young men are I think drive often starts from insecurity, right? I used being smarter as my way to provide value and feel valuable, feel good about myself. You used being in great shape. Matt used sports, right? Matt was really good at sports, right? So we all find an outlet to try to feel better about ourselves. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it becomes a bad thing when you are immature about it. And when you are tying all of your worth to something that's outside of yourself. And I think that the hero's journey, the growth journey, I was with a client doing her whole story. She's on a podcast today. I had her give me the 1 minute version, the 5 minute version, and the 10 minute version. The 1 minute version's brutal. She did a great job, but it's really hard to do. That's what I meant by that. It's really tough to do your whole story in 1 minute. I kind of did mine earlier. But anyways, so what was I saying about that?
You were on with a client.
Before that?
It can't be the whole thing.
Yeah, if you tie all of your worth to something outside of yourself. Oh, the hero's journey. The hero's journey is you're young and insecure about something. Either you didn't get love or maybe you're not popular, or maybe you are popular, you're getting taken advantage of, whatever, insert challenge here of young high school situation, middle school, whatever, childhood. And then it's, okay, I'm going to find a way to cope with this. I'm going to find a way to cope with this. And you cope. So my stepdad leaves, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're screwed. Okay, I need to build wealth. Okay, what am I going to do? So I aim higher, work harder, get smarter. Boom. I'm going to be an engineer. Okay, they make a lot of money. Good. All of us our goals are in the opposite direction. Human goals usually start out in the opposite direction of deep pain and insecurity. So if Kevin's insecure about being short, then he is going to get jacked. I had another friend growing up who had a rat tail, and he was bullied a ton, and he was the one who was most into fitness. And it wasn't us. We didn't get into fitness till way later. He was jacked. I mean, he had a surgery where his intestines, 1/3 of his intestines was taken out when he was a kid, and he had scars all over his abs. So he was ripped. He got an 8-pack so that you couldn't see his scars. And so I think there's something to that where you can take this pain or this trauma or this feeling of insignificance, whatever you're insecure about, and you can do something about it. I think that's really empowering. And then when you get older and older and older and older, and you mature through this journey, then you realize, okay, I'm not insecure about that anymore. So now I have the self-worth and the self-belief within myself. What else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do? And then you realize that, okay, I'm grateful that I was insecure, and I'm grateful for the response I had to that insecurity only because I'm grateful for where I ended up. If you're not grateful for where you ended up, then you probably won't feel this way. But at the time, I hated being insignificant. I hated the girl that I had the biggest crush on wouldn't even fucking talk to me. Like, I hated all that back then. I hated that my stepdad left and that we were broke and we didn't have cable, and like I didn't but now, of course, where I am today, it's like I understand. I'm grateful for what I made of that. And had I had it easy, I don't think I would have become this man. So it's that paradox thing. And I'm not saying for anyone who's still in, pain and suffering, and trust me, we're not done with pain and suffering, but at least now it's by choice. Back in the day, man, it wasn't pain and suffering by choice. It was pain and suffering by default. At least now our pain and suffering is voluntary. And now our pain and suffering is a byproduct of having huge goals and dreams. To me, and so if you're out there right now watching or listening and you feel like you're stuck or stagnant, the point of this episode is growth. It's growth. It has to be. Like, what's the point of goals? Why 15 pounds? Okay, yeah, significance. Okay, I want to look good on the beach. I don't want to be insecure in a photograph. Okay, I want to inspire others. Great. But also, you want to grow as a person. No. You can't grow as a person. No.
No, that ain't it. I want to get jacked.
No part of it is growing into a better man?
If I'm honest, maybe like a very small part, but that's not, it's very low on the, I feel like most of the other stuff I'm doing is to be a better man. So that's more like, so I can be all right with me.
But that makes you a better man.
Yeah, but I guess it's not a conscious thought.
Oh.
Like if you're pointing it out, but if you said list 15 things, that would probably be at the bottom of the list, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think most of these motivators are unconscious. I think that's where the Hyperconscious podcast started. When people list out their 25 reasons why they want to be in better shape, there's reasons on the list. They always said this. They would say, I'm so glad you made me do this, because there's so many reasons I never even thought of. We are unconsciously, we all have motive for action, all of us unconsciously, for everything we do, even the dumb shit.
Well, especially the dumb shit.
Right, there's motive behind it. And if you don't unpack that and understand what's the real motive for action, you kind of you're on autopilot. Yeah, I think when Kevin isn't feeling good about himself, he's not as good of a man. And if he wants to be a better man, he needs to, I think you actually owe it to the world to be jacked. Because if you're not, you won't be as good of a person.
It's a lot of pressure you're putting on me.
I know, but I think we all owe it to the world. and to our loved ones to be the best version of ourselves.
Well, I think that's one of the things that's so hard is what it will take to get there will look like I'm miserable, you know? And people will say like, you don't have to. That's what my mom and grandmother always used to say, like, oh, dieting, you shouldn't be dieting. It's not good for you. You have to eat more. It's like, I understand. Trust me, I want to, but I got this. You know, I've been doing this for like couple decades. I got it. I'm on it. I promise.
Last piece. Why, to me, I think it's all of our responsibility to find a way to feel good about ourselves. Because the people who feel the worst about themselves deep down are actually the ones doing the most reckless things.
Well, that's a dangerous statement because to your point, sometimes I think people they think responsibility means something that it doesn't.
Well, when I was unhappy and unfulfilled, I wasn't as good of a person.
Yeah. But
right? I don't think I was a bad person on the spectrum of humans, but I definitely wasn't as good of a person as I am now.
No.
I think that when you earn happiness, fulfillment, health, wealth, and love, you are a better person. You have the opportunity to be a better person. You can be more generous. You can be more loving. How am I supposed to believe in you if I haven't cultivated belief within me? You're a better man now than when I met you by a fucking long shot. It's not that you were a bad man. You just weren't. It's like a house that you build. You know, some mansions are more valuable than other houses. So we all start out as a little shack. And we can either build a mansion or, you know, pretend that we're a mansion when deep down we feel like a shack, and then make other people, you know, tear other people down and all that kind of stuff.
Throw rocks through their windows.
I think
hypothetically in this example.
Yeah, of course. But I do think that when I was the most insecure, I had two choices. I could either tear other people down, which I just could not do. I did that for a short time. I bullied for a very short time when I was in I was 4th grade, and Josh was his name. It was a short time. I used to trip him at recess. I talked about that. That was the only time I was ever. I remember feeling like this is wrong. There's something wrong about this. Yeah. This makes me feel significant to make him feel insignificant. And that was the end of that. And my stepdad definitely did some of that to me. And I think it's all rooted in insecurity. How do you handle your insecurities? The goal of goals is to feel fucking self-esteem and self-worth and self-confidence and self-belief. When you have true self-esteem and self-confidence, you don't need to tear anyone down.
Yeah. I wonder what would happen if you could take 50 cards and write like very small goals on all the cards and then have somebody pull the card and say, okay, go accomplish that. Even if it isn't like super deeply meaningful to you and not personal, I wonder on a scale of 0 to 10, how do you feel right now? How much self-belief do you have? How much self-trust? Where do you feel like your self-esteem is? All right, go accomplish the goal. All right, let's measure it again. I'm very curious to see, because it's not a goal that you chose. You just picked it from a deck of cards, and, you know, it's, I don't know, get someone to buy this mug. Like, that's your goal today. That's all you have to do today. Get somebody to buy this mug. Go do that. See what happens.
For how much?
Whatever.
This mug?
Yeah, they have to pay for it.
How much?
Whatever you can get.
Brother, this mug?
Yeah.
This is like the mug.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. $250.
Not maybe. Maybe.
Maybe. Am I allowed to put something in the mug?
No.
I'll put $3 in it.
This is what I would do. You could definitely do that.
Yeah.
I would probably go to somebody with like a very expensive drink and say, look, this drink has a little pinhole in the bottom of it. And the whole thing's gonna drain out. I want you to have this drink. It's yours. A $7 drink. Right? It is a $7 drink. Just give me $3 for the mug. I would lose $4 in this transaction, but I would sell that fucking mug. And then there's a further conversation of, well, if you do something like that, that might actually make you feel worse about yourself. And then we can go down because you accomplished the goal, but you sold out to do it.
Exactly.
You lost money.
That's why selling out is always a short-term W for a long-term loss.
Well, it's not always a short-term W.
Yeah. But if you lose self-esteem and you lose self-confidence and you sell out, The goal, I think the goal of the goal, to end the episode, my
Yes.
takeaway, my next level lesson, the goal of the goal is to build self-esteem and self-confidence, aka self-belief and self-worth.
I'm gonna take yours. I'm gonna jack yours right from you. My next level lesson would be a next level tactic, and it's write down 10, 15, 20 goals under the goal for whatever your main focus is right now. If you're trying to get in better shape, awesome. Why? If you're trying to save money right now, awesome. Why? If you are trying to find a partner, sit with that. Go, give me 10, 15 under that. There's going to be some deep stuff that comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Little homework, little next level homework assignment.
Nice.
And do it or don't come back. I'm not. I'm serious. I'm kidding. I'm not serious. Well, I imagine that's what Alan's coaching is. Like, do the homework or don't come back.
I was
show
on
your
with a
face.
client yesterday. We went through the homework, green, yellow, red. She's like, didn't do it. It's my bad. Red. And then she's like, green, green, green. Red. Didn't do it. And then before the call ended, I was playful with this, and she knows I'm joking. I said, and also, also, do your fucking homework. I was kidding. She laughed.
Real quick story, and we'll get out of here. 1 minute story. Alan and I had a studio back in the day, 2020, 2021. I don't remember when it was. And that's like shortly after we became a business, and we're like, oh, cool, we have to pay taxes. That kind of sucks. And there was an accountant, an accounting firm in the building that we were in. And I was like, dude, let's just go to them. So we call them up one day. One day before taxes were due. Hey, we just need our taxes done for this year. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. And they're like, yeah, come on. Wait, this, like, right now? Like, yeah, if we could get them done by tomorrow, that'd be great. They're like, that doesn't ever happen. It's like, oh, okay. Didn't know that. Why don't you come on down and we'll talk about it? We walk in and they're like, all right, come into the office. We can kind of figure out what you guys need. And they're like, all right, let's pen through the list here. You guys have your 1046? And Al and I look at each other and we're like, nope. And it was just going down the line of like, okay, you got your 1052? Your 1089? No, I don't even know what that is. And I think we just got to a point where, like, honestly, we don't have any of what you're asking for. So you need to treat us like we are brand new here. Because we are.
Just brand new.
It was terrible.
It was good. And we still work with them to this day.
We still work with them because I'm ashamed to go anywhere else. Honestly, that's really what it is. They know what
I
to
just
expect
signed
from
my DocuSign actually the other day.
Strong work.
Yeah, man.
Our taxes will be extended yet again for the 6th year in a row. All right, cool. Announcement. Little change, but in a very positive direction. So for Next Level Live 2025, which is April 5th, it's coming up quick, 30-something days, we are going to cap the amount of tickets that we sell at 50. So we're only going to be selling 50 tickets to this event. It's totally virtual. The reason why is we want to have breakout sessions. And we're going to have 5 groups of 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
It gets wonky if we sell 100 tickets and then there's just too much going on. So we want to make sure that it is a quality experience more than a quantity experience for us. Would it be cool to have... Take it easy. Would it be cool to have 200 people? Awesome. That would be great. But it probably wouldn't be the best experience for you as an attendee, and we want to make sure it's a good experience for you.
We've been doing group coaching for 4.5 years, coming up on 4.5 years. And it's always been groups of 10. Sometimes we promise someone can come in and then they can't get in the last minute, so it's been 11 or 12. But 10 is a good group. So there's going to be 5 coaches, 5 groups of 10 breakout sessions. We're going to have breakout sessions in between each of the speeches.
Yes.
Full day, personal growth day.
10 to 4.
Take a full day where you get off the treadmill and then you redesign your life. And then you redesign the treadmill and then you get back on. But hey, it's your treadmill. So I think the personal growth day is really important. And I'm excited as well because I need to take a step back and redesign as well.
Well, unfortunately for us, that won't be happening that day because you and I are going to be presenting for 10 hours. But
it'll get us thinking.
It'll get us thinking, yeah.
It'll get us thinking.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe the next day you can redesign your life.
Mm-hmm.
Put it off. What's one more day?
There's going to be a workbook. All of our best stuff over the last 8 years, all into one growth day.
Boom. Done. So that will be in the show notes. It's on the website. So you can make sure you get your ticket because now, and I'm not just saying this, This isn't one of those things like, look, the countdown timer is on. If you don't get your ticket now, you got to get it in the next 15 minutes. No, there's only going to be 50 tickets sold. And if you want to be there, I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to do it, because if not, you're going to have to wait till next year. And a year is a long ass time. Cool. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And at NLU, we don't have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow.
Keep it next level. Next Level Nation.